Yesterday, I talked about a report from the Huffington Post, JP, where they apparently reached out to Covercore with a request to comment on why their statement seemed to have a divergence between their statement on Bilibili and their English statement. Well, now, on September 30th, my time at least here on the West Coast, it seems that Covercore has released a statement, and they're going to talk about that along with other things. In this video, I'm just going to read the statement and comment my opinion here and there. Let's get started. By the way, before we do, these really simple videos struggle sometimes, so if I may humbly ask that you at least consider hitting the like button, sharing the video, and or commenting down below. Now let's take a look. Cover says, "We apologize for the confusion resulting from our recent official statement on September 27th, 2020 due to unauthorized disclosure of confidential YouTube channel analytics and actions violating our company guidelines regarding understanding differences in perspective and taking into account the positions of countries in which we provide our services by our company's talent. We released a statement of apology on the matter and have dealt the necessary sanctions on the talents involved." I gotta say, they're kind of making it sound a bit convoluted, but let's continue. However, there were discrepancies between the statement published for the Chinese audience and those who were published for the Japanese and global audiences. We would like to deeply apologize for the confusion caused by this carelessness. Below, we would like to explain the sequence of events leading up to the release of our prior official statement. And here we go. By the way, there's 3 pages, but the third one's really short. This is pretty much, we're kind of halfway through this already. Sequence of events. Number 1. At around the time that we were made aware of the aforementioned conduct, Hololive production talents had become the subject of numerous abusive messages and threats to their life or of bodily harm. In light of this, we responded by privating or deleting the controversial videos. 2. Despite the measures taken, the situation did not improve. In accordance with company guidelines, a decision was made to release an official statement and to discipline the talents involved. Now, yesterday I mentioned how that didn't help improve the situation either, and there you go, I scrolled it, my bad. I'm going to leave it there for a second. So it seems like according to them, their first step didn't help the situation. We know that the second step didn't really help it. So what are they going to say on number 3? I'm curious if they're going to frame it like that worked or not. Let's take a look. Here we go. Next page. Okay, scroll up. Let me be sure you can see this all. It looks good. Okay, number 3. In preparing the official statement and after careful consultation with our partner company located in China, so take note that they do indeed have a partner company located in China. If you watched my video going over their investors, I think we can speculate on who that may be. However, the company that I was talking about there is indeed a Japanese company. They just have a large base in China, and they have a lot of interest in ventures in China. And I don't think that would be enough to claim that they're just a partner company in China, although maybe it could be semantics. Anyways, continuing on. We were advised that to secure the safety of our talents and employees and ensure that they are able to continue their activities moving forward, it was necessary for us to release a clear statement to the Chinese audience regarding the disputed statements. Wow. Number 4. Taking the above circumstances into account in order to prioritize the safety of our talents and related parties, our company decided that it was necessary to speak out quickly, leading to the emergency release of the official statement on September 27th, 2020. I gotta say, man, make your own opinion on this stuff, but this is not really looking so good, in my opinion, what they're saying here. I mean, it's kind of hollow when you actually see what occurred. It kind of seems like they're just trying to cover their tracks because the statements didn't work out and they got revealed to have a massive divergence between the two. Like I said, let's continue though. However, as a result, the official statement we released included language insensitive to certain geographical regions. We understand the severe ramifications of this issue both domestically and internationally, and deeply regret our poor handling of the situation. Fair enough. I'll believe them on that one. Not that I'm saying I don't believe them here at all. I'm just kind of commenting between. I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt where I can, but you know how cover is, man. There's just too much issues in such a short amount of time. It's kind of crazy with various things. I mean, it was bad enough when the Mel stuff was going on. There's been so much stuff since then even. Continuing, though. Due to the above circumstances and because our service policies, guidelines, and modes of communication differ depending on the countries... Actually, excuse me. Hold on. I believe I actually skipped a paragraph. We are aware that Hololive production has a worldwide audience across many countries and territories. As such, we operate on the principle of providing our services to each country and territory in accordance with its laws, social norms, common wisdom, and the stance of its current government. Okay, that's an important one. So... big criticism for Hololive here. I gotta say, the business model where most of your income relies on donations, it seems, and anyone can send a message in those donations, and when you are trying to, penetrate the Chinese market, and you know how that is, when you're really limited on what you can say, and the people of China are taught a certain way, like, we get into a much larger discussion here. The point I'm getting at is, maybe Covercore had more of a duty to consider if it's really smart with this line of work getting involved with China, because the talent can be at risk, as we know, with people sending messages and super chats. It's like the base business model for Hololive kind of clashes with working in China. And some of that, to be fair, is also a duty on the talent to know what they're getting into and the risk involved. But to be fair, for all I know, Cover Corp may have told them that they already had screening in place. I don't know what they told the Chinese talent. And to be fair to Cover Corp, like I said, they are stepping up their screening now. But I would say, man, you could definitely argue some level of negligence with getting involved with the Chinese market and not having the screening in place to stop super chats and stuff like that. It's really complicated, like I said. And to be fair to Cover Corp, they're a bit of a new not a bit, they're a very new company. But like I said, man, I still think they have some responsibility here to know what they're getting into and how problematic, I hate using that word, but in this case, it really fits. Listen, how problematic, like I said, it can be getting into a market like China when your business model revolves around people sending donation messages. Now they got screening, but I mean, it's still a big issue. Let's take a look. Continuing on. Due to the above circumstances and because our service policies, guidelines, and modes of communication differ depending on the countries and territories to which we provide our services, we decided to adapt the contents of our statement and the manner of its release accordingly. However, this led to differing statements being released. We would once more like to deeply apologize for the confusion this had caused. Now, let me add on there. So keep in mind everything I just said, right? And now let's add on that they recently also tried to get involved with the U.S. market. Now, a lot of people in the U.S., myself included, really just don't want to talk about politics. We just want to enjoy the entertainment. And specifically, a big reason why I even got into the virtual YouTuber community is because I enjoyed how not political it was, how drama-free it was. You know, a lot of stuff I cover on my channel, some of it's some heavy topics, man. And the VTuber stuff has been a breath of fresh air. That said, there were some heavy topics that came up early on. For example, the Mel situation. Again, I'll bring that up. It's a good example. But even then, it seemed like it was like a business thing. It wasn't like drama, personal drama, like at the level that it is now with all these different factions and stuff like that. Like the stuff now is just so much crazier, and it's really sad to see, man. It's really sad when a lot of people turn to Hololive and VTubers in this community to escape all that. And now here we are, like literally thrown in the thick of it. We're having to talk about China-Japan relations and government policies and things like that. I mean, dude, I cannot wait till this news cycle is over, to be honest. And we can hopefully just get back to some lighter stuff. And to be fair, I think the news cycle is starting to wind down a little bit, but now we have this statement to go over. Let's continue. Where do we leave off? Right here. Due to the above circumstance and because our service policy... Okay, we read that. Yep, let's continue. Our company takes the confusion caused by this matter very seriously, and in order to clarify management responsibilities, we held an emergency management meeting on Tuesday, September 29, 2020, where in addition to reprimanding the CEO, that's Iago, our company has resolved to establish a compliance committee to prevent the recurrence of such situations. That's actually really bad news in my opinion. A compliance committee, the implication to me there is that they absolutely, still fully want to go right ahead, full charge into the Chinese market. That's what a compliance committee is all about. I mean, in this context, at least, a compliance committee is supposed to help you understand certain governmental regulations and policies, to my understanding. And, it's pretty clear cut what they can do here in the U.S. They have a lot of freedom. Why would they need a compliance committee to continue Hololive EN? No, I think this is more so for the Chinese market. And to me, man, that's very telling that they're punishing Iago, which I don't know exactly if it's all Iago's responsibility. I have a feeling they're kind of making him a scapegoat. At the same time, he is the CEO, so he does have a level of responsibility here, absolutely. But I do kind of feel like they're making him a scapegoat here. Like, I don't think it all falls on him, this entire situation. And to be fair, we already know that Cover did try to reprimand. They reprimanded some of their talent. So okay, fair enough. But I think there's some other execs that may deserve some scrutiny for this as well, not just Iago. But anyways, continuing on. So they even say that the CEO, Iago, will relinquish a portion of his salary in light of the seriousness of the situation. So they're cutting Iago's salary, and then they're just going to end up spending more money on this committee. Okay, guys, okay. Moving forward, we will make it company policy to release statements that not only conform to local laws and customs, but are also universally equitable, and rework our internal guidelines to ensure consistency. How are you going to do that, though, when a certain government body in a market you're trying to get into is going to have, they're saying that right now, man, but I'm telling you, I'm not going to be surprised if there's more issues down the road. Let me just put it like that. And then here's the third page. They end with this. Moreover, to provide everyone with better service, we promise to always convey a sincere and honest attitude towards our fans and viewers. We hope for your continued support. We kindly request that you refrain from contacting our talents in relation to the situation. And I agree with that one as well. I agree with them on that. if you want to contact anyone here, contact the business and talk with them, right? Don't start going to the individual talents and bugging them about this, man. Their job is stressful enough already, just trying to entertain people. It can be tough, man. Anyways, I'm going to leave this video there. I might actually even do a TLDR on some of the bits here, like with the Yago segment for some people that didn't make it to the end. But hey, if you made it to the end, more power to you. Thank you for tuning in. And we got a busy day ahead, so I'm going to get right started on the next one. Catch you guys then. Take care.